Yeah, when we get it to your turn, I would summarize it and then get it in electronic form and we'll post it. We don't want to take the time to read a whole document.
Right. Understood.
Okay, it's 1 o'clock. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start on time. Welcome everyone to the FSG February staff meeting. Hopefully this should be a short meeting. Meetings will get longer as we get closer along, but hopefully we're going to keep them short since we're still, what, 8 months out, so we're a ways out. Okay, so our agenda is you get my report. We'll go through department reports and then we'll go through our next 30-day goals. So these are our last month's goals, and this is kind of the way I want to do this. And so I sent out Eventbrite codes to all the people who pre-registered, and we got some of those that have come in, some that haven't come out. We got a preliminary entertainment list. Do we have Pixie here? No, I need to get her list from her, but she did have a preliminary list. Jim had a preliminary list of vendors ready to go. We have 34 presenters so far. We did have one, we had 2 drop. Tiffany Mandrake had to drop because she's changing jobs. And there was one other person who said they couldn't make it in August. Volunteer registration count, our volunteer count went up to 33 for the month. So 33, so we got 33 volunteers. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Ramblewood contract, I got a copy, forwarded on to FSA. They have it in hand, and I expect they'll have it signed and back to Ramblewood next week. So we got a contract done. Yay! Forecast for registrations. We were supposed to be at 106 registrations at the end of this month. We're at 110. So right now we're 4 high from where we need to be. Not as good as last month, but still on target for hitting our numbers for 2023. We have 33 volunteers, 11 who have never volunteered before. I was going to try to contact all volunteers last month. This was the one thing I didn't get to. We'll get that and start assigning departments to people by next meeting. 34 presenters. I think we had a total of 70 different workshops submitted, a couple of withdrawals, and we got our initial set of presenters published, went out via Facebook, went out via some advertising. So that's all very good and well. Advertising, we continue to do marketing blurbs posted to the Facebook group. It definitely seems to be attracting attention. We did our presenter announcement. We did a call for volunteers. We'll continue to be doing probably Facebook page. We're going to slow it down and see how the traffic goes to every other day. And we've got the Ramblewood contract. That is my news, except for what's coming up. Jeff, are you here? Don't think so. Nothing for medical. I know Jeff has reached out and he's getting medical done. Bella, what have you got for security?
I've been working on a team handbook for the Ramblewood responders, which Shelley has assured me is an acceptable title for the unit.
Okay.
The Ramblewood responders. I have written mission, methods, and expectations thus far. Mission statement, to keep the FSG gathering a peaceful and safe gathering for all attendees, participants, and staff. Good?
Good. So yeah, do me a favor, when you get it done, let's get an electronic format. We'll post it out to the website. And we'll let people know about it. I appreciate you creating a handbook. I'd like to see more handbooks.
Well, in past years, I have noted that volunteers often have no clue. So It's important to provide something in writing of methods, standards, expectations.
I think that's excellent. And I think I'll see if we can't get more of those written for different departments as we go along. Anything else?
Goodness, I may have created a monster.
Yeah, you have.
Damn it, Bella, you and your overachieving.
Yeah.
Now everybody else has to do handbooks.
Yeah.
And
I talked to.
I don't know if I mentioned this the last meeting, but I had talked to Janine, is it? The camp manager.
Yeah.
And she says
Jared,
that
or Jesse.
internet is going to be $10 per head, and she's willing to do group deals. So that for staff, we can actually arrange to have staff internet at a reduced price.
Excellent. Okay.
Can I ask Bella a question?
Sure.
Yes.
Have we, and in your considerations, I believe Maryland is subject to changing its green stuff law regarding cannabis
July 1st.
July 1st. So
We're
I don't
gonna
need-
talk about that.
Yeah,
what?
is it becoming
We'll talk-
somehow less legal?
So Maryland law will change effective July 1st. That possession of cannabis is legal. I gotta read the specifics. I think it's up to 2 ounces. Sale is still not legal. And I don't know about public consumption. I'm gonna have to talk to Ramblewood and see what their policy is gonna be going forward in July. And then we'll sit down and hammer out the policy. But you're right, that is something we're going to have to address.
I had talked to Harry about that in the past. I realize Harry's no longer quite in charge,
Right.
but merely an eminence grise. But he always said he never cared as long as people weren't doing it on the porches, in the cabins, or selling.
Yeah, we will definitely, so in the past, our official policy is don't break the law. That's gotta be our official policy for insurance purposes. We will need to turn around and say, okay, what is Ramblewood's official policy now? We need to go to our insurance company and ask us what their official policy is. And based upon that, we will publish a policy, because while state law is still will change for some level of legalization yet to be determined. From a federal perspective, it's very confusing because it's technically illegal but not being enforced. So I'm going to need to talk to our insurance company and say, okay, what's your guys' what do we have to do in terms of policy? I'll talk to Ramblewood and talk to them about in terms of policy, and then we'll come up with a officially stated policy, realizing that it's our policy without question will always be, as long as you're not doing it out and notoriously, we don't have an issue with it. That's always been our policy. That may change slightly to be more looser based upon that information, if that makes sense. That help,
Having-
Joel?
I actually have talked to Harry myself because I am a medical marijuana user.
Right.
He reiterated to me what he has told Bella.
Yeah.
It's kind of medicinal for me too.
Right. So, okay, Shelley is not here. So I did talk to Shelley earlier today. They still need lifeguards, but something exciting I thought was kind of exciting and cool is she was at Mythicon this weekend. She encountered a woman who is a mermaid performer, and that person was interested in coming to FSG and serving as one of our lifeguards because she's also a professional lifeguard. So we may have a mermaid performer for the pool and also have a mermaid lifeguard, which is kind of cool. Jim, what's up?
Okay, we have 12 confirmed vendors.
Oh, it's 12. Okay, I thought it was 16.
Okay. Of that 12, 2 of which are rollover vendors from 2019.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I had 3 that were on the rollover list. 2 have replied
Okay.
and both are coming. One is Rob, who is our drummer and our drum salesman and our mead person.
Good. He's coming back. Good.
Okay, he's actually probably going to be sending people in his place.
Oh, okay.
Because there's another event that same weekend.
Okay.
Okay, and then the other is one of the new vendors that I had from one of the other events that I participate in. One of the things that I'm looking at, trying to figure out right now is I have a idea for a tent that will be called the Marketplace, which is basically for vendors who only need one table. Therefore, like vendors who have been already confirmed, such as Cooper's Confections. He doesn't operate all day long, and he doesn't need a big 10 by 10 space. So
Cool.
that would allow us to have more vendor spaces and consequently a larger vending fee from that.
Nice.
I have one of the 12 vendors may end up having to cancel and we may have to refund money because that person registered. She was, it's Dawn with Drawing Down Lower.
Right.
And she paid and registered long before dates were set. And
Right.
she has a problem with the August date.
Okay.
So we may have to refund her money.
Okay.
I am sending an email to her this week and trying to figure out where that is.
Okay.
I will reach out to all the other vendors who have prepaid, pre-registered at camp to make sure that they have their codes and have re-registered.
I haven't, I don't think I've issued those codes. If you can send me a list of names, emails, and sizes, I'll send out a set of registration codes this week.
Okay.
I
I think
did,
that,
oh, go ahead.
go ahead. I think that's all I had.
I did increase the price on the Eventbrite site because we want to make sure people don't register without talking to you first. The Eventbrite site now says all vending spaces are $1,000. If someone wants to pay us $1,000 for a vending site, you know what, I'll take them anyway. But what we do is it says see vending coordinator at this webpage, and we'll get you a discount code. So we'll figure that out. If you can send me a list of vendors, descriptions, and websites, I'll do out our vending promo for February. So we can say we've got our initial list of vendors, here's where it's at.
Well,
And then as
first,
we get more,
first you told me it was going to be February, and then when you and I had our private conversation, you said March.
yeah, so it's gonna be March. It'll probably be,
Okay,
yeah, early
so,
March.
and I'm putting something together for you for that, so,
Okay, perfect.
okay?
Our Leonard Pixie here. No, I do know she has four acts. We've got Kindred Crow, we've got this Fire Spinners, and their name is just lost.
Hubris.
Hubris, thank you. Gypsy something, I cannot remember their name. And then we got Brian Henke, who's going to come back. I may pay for him out of pocket because it's not in her budget. So we've got entertainment. I want to do an entertainment publicity this month as well. Is Garrett here? No big deal. He's set up and tear down. Sean, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Got anything to say? I assume probably not much right now. Or do you have stuff to say?
Not much. Turtle's been coordinating getting people signed up as pourers and getting their bios. Am I right, Turtle?
Yes, having a little trouble getting some to respond to me, but I will persist.
Okay. When you
Okay.
start, when you start to get scheduled together, let me know. That's something we can send it. When you've got about a half a dozen pours ready, send me a list and I can send them out as an advertising blurb.
Okay, Blackhawk, are you done? I can give a very short pourers update.
Yeah.
We likely will have 3 full sweats plus my around the sweat fire ritual that we had last year. I
Okay.
could offer that twice if we need it. That'll be close to what we offered last year. I can ask Johnny Siri to pour an additional sweat if need be. It looks like we have 2 confirmed pourers, me and Johnny Siri, and 1 additional likely, Craig Gueron-Setti, who originally said, oh, I can't pledge. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to be there. But he told me just this past week, which is why I haven't told Blackhawk yet, that he is likely to be able to make it, but still wants to wait to confirm. And we had several good usual pourers who can't make it because it's August or aren't wishing to pour, but I have reached out to everybody I had. I just didn't want to reach into the second tier deck of pourers because I want to keep it high quality.
Okay.
I think we're in
Thank
good
you.
shape.
Okay, Van, are you here? That's Fire Circle is pretty straightforward, so they'll come in late. Alice, anything other than what I've talked about in terms of registration?
Yeah, so actually based off of the registration, I'm starting to kind of put together some just plain language reports on when we get our traffic, when we have our sales, and when it seems like people are actually visiting and hitting our Eventbrite,
Okay,
so that we can use that to kind of push advertising. Like, really short summary is that a lot of it seems to really be hitting on Saturdays.
Okay.
We get almost nothing throughout the weekdays at all. Like,
Okay.
people just don't care. In the middle of the week, but once the weekend starts coming, we get a surplus of views. we're getting roughly about a 25% view to conversion rates.
That's not bad.
Not at all. I mean, so, and if we, I mean, if we can increase that in any way, but I think given the nature of what we're working with, 25% is not terrible.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good now. I will tell you from a historical perspective, registrations have been trickling in on like 1s and 2s every few days. That's a lot better than we've historically done in the past. Historically,
yeah.
in the past, the vast majority of registrations come in the last 45 days. The fact that we're at about 20% of our registration, expected registration count 6 months out is kind of blowing everybody away. So that's really good. From website perspective, the website is up. It's got everything there. I'm going to try to do an update with some more descriptive stuff, get some scheduling stuff up, maybe make it a little prettier, but it is up and running. Stacy, are you here? Accounting. I can tell you one thing. We got to check. One of our attendees did a Pampered Chef fundraiser. It's kind of like Tupperware, but for cooking stuff. They did a promo. You may have seen some of her stuff on the Facebook page. We ended up making $25 off of it. I got the check just this weekend, so I'll get it to her and get it in. Accounting, last numbers on accounting, we had $33,000 in the bank, which was enough to pay all of our down payment to FSG or to Ramblewood for this year and have some left over. Our budget for Ramblewood is $70,000, $50,000, which goes to Ramblewood, so we haven't yet quite hit our numbers yet for the full year, but we're close. Patty, what's up?
Did you say Patty or
Yeah, Patty, Patty.
I have not really done much. Still looking for more heads to get some classes together. That's about it.
Okay. Shane is not here. Short bus stuff. I know we've got 3 people in the short bus, probably some more, so that's handled. And I've done my report. Okay, some other things to think about. We do have a minimum meal count for our Ramblewood contract. This is the first time this has happened. It's 960 total meals for the week. We got to sell 960 individual meals. The Eventbrite site now has meals up for sale. You can buy them as part of your registration, or you can actually buy individual meal tickets. We're going to go to, instead of the very confusing $50 thing we did last year, it's going to be, you want a ticket for 1 meal? It's going to cost you $18. Really simple and really straightforward. If everybody who registered would buy 2 or 3 meal tickets for the week, so go in and spend $36 to $54, we would make that 960 count. So even if you aren't planning to eat meals for the whole week, if you say, look, I'll buy for a couple meals just so I have them in reserve in case I get hungry, that's really, really helpful. Go ahead.
If you suggest to people just that you buy perhaps the first dinner and the last breakfast, that means that you can have your own camping stuff packed and stored.
That's a good idea. Yeah. We're not, is that before where you had to pick, now you can just buy a ticket and use it whenever you want.
Oh, so it doesn't, a breakfast is a dinner, it's just 1 meal.
It's just 1 meal. You buy it. What we're going to do is going to buy a roll of red, like, those little kind of tear off tickets. They used to use them in movie theaters. They don't anymore. But the little tiny ones that are about, where's my camera? Here, there's my camera, about that big. And so when they register, you'll say, oh, you bought 6 meals, here's 6 red tickets, just hand them at the front door kind of thing. And don't lose them. We'll deal with that when we get to it. I'm going to send out an email to all the registrants saying, look, if you haven't purchased meals, you can buy them 1 by 1. You can buy a block, whatever you want to do. If you have any, go ahead.
I'm sorry, how much cheaper is it if they buy like a bunch of meals, or is it always going to be $18 a meal no matter what?
It's going to be 18. It's going to be $18 a meal. If you buy your meal plan with a ticket, it's 17. But if you buy them separately, it's 18. If we find we're really short, we may offer discounts on blocks. We'll see when we get closer to June where we're at. I'm hoping that if I put this meal out and say, look, just buy a couple meal tickets for dinner or for just buy, I think that idea, one on Tuesday night and one on Sunday morning is a really good way to go.
That's what I usually do.
If
That
you
way,
know
I
what,
don't have to call.
yeah, if you have friends that are coming to FSG that you know have registered, tell them to go out and buy meal tickets. This is the one thing right now that's got us, I will not say panic, but concerned. Not that we can't make the numbers, but we're just not selling meal tickets. I'd like us to. And I know there are issues with Harry Food. I'm hoping he will improve them. But that's where we stand.
Are we gonna have the ability to sell those at Reg Desk? Because
Yeah,
I
well,
could,
yeah, we can do that. We can make a way to make that happen.
cool, yeah, because I could probably get people to, you know, sign up for a meal or two.
I will tell you, if we're selling them at the registration desk, we'll probably, for simplification purposes, sell them at $20 a ticket.
Yeah, it's cool.
And the reason for that is if you go 18, you're having to make lots of change. And if you go 20, everybody can pay off with Yuppie food stamps.
Yeah, what I would like in that regards then, when you guys have the rituals out, right, and the time blocks for those,
Yeah,
get those to me and get that so that I can print that out at the desk. Because those are going to be the nights that I'm going to be like, oh yeah, you're planning on going to like the UTOS or the Oracular Save. Trust me, you're going to want a good hearty meal before and after
Right.
that.
okay,
And maybe make that more of the sales pitch.
okay.
Marketing 101.
Okay, so, we're.
Wait a minute, wait. I'm sorry, I was
Go ahead.
muted. If you're gonna charge $20 at the door for meals, you should make that a part of your announcement when you put the call out for meals to the
Right.
registrants.
Okay. I
There's,
haven't-
there's
yeah, I
your,
haven't-
your
yeah.
sale price. If you sell it ahead of time, it's 18, so it's $2 off. Yes.
I haven't made that decision yet, but it's primarily, the only reason why I was thinking about 20 is just, it has nothing to do with pricing so much as it has to do with convenience.
Right.
Yeah, then I don't, then the Reg Ferry doesn't have to make change.
Right, exactly.
I
Um,
like that.
Right, okay, 30-day goals. So my idea here is each month we'll say, here's what we're going to accomplish in the next month or try to accomplish. I want to send out the preliminary list of presenters, send out that call to buy the meals, send out the promo codes for the vendors next week. I want to continue Facebook advertising. We're going to get the contract signed. I toyed briefly with the idea of doing some Google advertising. Our Facebook advertising I paid for actually got us a fair number of hits. I'm going to try Google advertising and see. Hulu announced that they were doing a new advertising program, which I thought, wow, cool. Oh, wait, $500 is your minimum buy-in. We're not going to do that. So we're going to try some Google advertising, and I'm going to update the website. That is it. Anything else people would like to raise?
Actually, on the
Yes.
advertising
Hold
level.
on, Alice first and the next one. What do you have, Alice?
Oh, I was gonna say on the advertising level, what I was thinking, if everybody's cool with it, I'll pay for this out of my own pocket, but on TikTok, I was actually planning on, you know, talking about FSG and some of the and some of the things that we're gonna plan on doing. And I'll pay for advertising on that on my own because I have a at least fairly decent audience on one of my accounts.
Okay,
So
if you're doing it on your own account, just as like a standard TikTok post, which isn't advertising, anybody can always do that. If you're
oh, I
talking
meant that I was gonna pay for and push for views on that.
okay, if you're gonna buy ad time, any copy or video you're gonna run it by me first.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, anybody else?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Can we get some postcards sent, please?
Oh, you have
Um,
some postcards? Okay,
Postcards so that the vendors that I have registered, that I can send some to them, and they can give them out at the events that they are doing before August.
send me an email list of names, addresses, and when they need them by, and I'll get them to you.
You were just gonna send me the artwork and I was gonna get them printed.
Oh, did I not send you the artwork?
No,
Hang on a second. Let me put a note in. I'll get that to you right after this meeting.
okay.
Let me put a quick note in here. Hang on a second. Why can't my notepad come up?
Why are they called footnotes?
Send.
Because they're at the foot of the page.
Yep. I
Jim,
asked that, I thought about it, like, yeah, header footer, that's why. Okay.
Jim, what email do you want that to go to?
Blue Wiz at Earthlink.
Here's the contact info.
Is
for
it-
Jim.
Is it .net or .com?
.net.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'll send you the PDFs.
Okay,
Anything else from anybody?
I made a new flaming sword of fire.
Woohoo! Okay, in that case, 25 minutes. We hit my 30-minute mark. I always like 30-minute meetings.
Woohoo.
Everyone have a good day. Have a good weekend. I'll send out the announcement for next month. And for those of you that I need information from, I'll drop you out emails. And there will be a recording for this probably later today or tomorrow. And I'll send everyone a link out to the recording as well.
very good.
Everyone have a good day.
You as well.
You too.
Bye.
Well, mes amis.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.